Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and we are back with some more Sk8 here on the channel. Now, unlike the last 2 or even 3 videos here on the channel, this one isn't going to be centered around the new Season 2 update for Sk8. It's more going to be around Sk8 in general, with some of the real-life Sk8 spots that you can find on and around the map. So that's what we're going to be doing today in today's video. We're going to be looking at around 9 different spots. There may be some others thrown in there, but these are the main ones that I've been able to find. And of course, if there's any that you guys know of on the map that I haven't picked up on, please do let me know in the comments section down below. Now, because this is going to be a bit of a showcase of some of the spots around the Sk8 map, I was kind of hoping that with the Season 2 update we'd be able to get rid of the compass at the top and also the trick scorer down in the bottom left hand corner, and we actually can. So all you need to do is head into your settings, so go into the menu and in the top right hand corner go into your settings, go into settings again, general, and then you've got the option of turning off things like the name tags that we've always had, the D-pad that you can always hide as well, you can turn off the score ticker, and then also the compass on the HUD as well. And then when you go back to your screen, you'll see that you've got a super clean layout. It's a little bit of an annoyance that you can't get rid of some of the icons on and around the screen in terms of the challenges. So for example, if I was going to go up to this stair set and do some tricks off of that, you do have a load of kind of visual stuff in the background, which unfortunately you can't get rid of, but that's not the point of today's video, so let's get to it. So the first spot that we're going to have is of course Pier 7 in San Francisco, with some of the most legendary manual pads that I've ever seen. And these have also been in a ton of different games. You can get them in Session, they've been in some other Sk8 games and also some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as well. But in this one they're a little bit different, they kind of feel kind of mellow. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, they're really good for doing those manual combos, you can even grind up and over onto them as well. It also has some really short kind of stubby rails just here, which are a little bit harder to actually get some tricks on. I'm just going to try real quick with maybe let's try a kickflip nose button real quick down this one. You have to be going quite slow for this particular rail, but you can then get what you need to. Then you've got a little stair set down the bottom here. But these are some of the best manual pads. You can get some really nice manual combos, and again with the revert manual that you can do in Sk8 as well, it looks really quite good. So I'm just going to do some stuff on this far left one here, for example. I'll just put down a session marker so I don't have to keep coming back to this spot. We'll do a manual, kickflip, revert, kickflip out. Going a little bit slow, but we can still kind of drop off the edge. Not necessarily the best, but if you do get enough speed, and you can also go up these stairs too, but if you do get enough speed, you can do pretty much all the manual pads. There's 2 in general, do them all in one go. So let's do a very quick turnaround here. Let's go at it here, dodging all the traffic on the way. So we're going to go like that. So yeah, looks pretty good overall. You do also have some benches around here. If you are someone that likes to use the object dropper as well, you can put some kickers down to get onto these railings on the side here, for example. But in general, it's just a very nice kind of mellow spot. You can even manual up the stairs, for example. And you can also do some grinds on these ledges as well. So it's not just for the manual side of things. And you've also just got some stair sets in general. So how about we do a tray flip down, kick flip, tail slide, shove out maybe? So do tray flip down the stairs, kick flip tail on this ledge, shove out. There we go. So yeah, looks pretty good, and it's always nice and sunny down here. Because it's pretty much right on the bottom end of the map, the sun is always on this side, as you can see, so it's always going to be baked in sunlight. Now, again, not sure if that's going to change in future updates with Sk8 if they do introduce a day-night cycle or different weather elements, for example, but for now, it's a pretty good spot, and probably one of my favourite when it comes to those more sort of technical manual lines, and we're going to be sticking with San Francisco for the next one as well. And next up we have the bay blocks, again sticking with San Francisco. This is one of those legendary skate spots. You can see it in pretty much every skate video. Again, it's been in a ton of different games before in the past as well, and it's just a really nice place to skate. You've got some real nice ledges here, and just in general it feels pretty good, and again it is baked in sunlight because it's only a little bit further down the way from the last spot that we checked out. But with this one, it's all about the ledges. As you can see here, we've got some smaller ledges, some larger ones. You can also grind the top and bottom section of this as well. You can also do some little manual combos on these as well, for example, if you wanted to, which looks kind of nice. But in general, it's mainly for the grinding side of things, so definitely something to keep in mind. One thing that I would also say is slightly underrated, which isn't necessarily these blocks specifically, but we've also got these super nice curved ledges under this sort of awning here, and you've got a ton of them along the way. So they're also pretty nice to skate. If we go down to this one here, for example, we'll just do a quick kickflip 5-0. And it's a little bit of a sort of tighter gap than maybe we're used to. It's not a huge, massive obstacle like you do get in skate sometimes, but in general, feels pretty good to skate on. But these ones here, they're pretty nice in general, and if we just do... There we go. So again, you can use them for manual purposes. One thing that I would say is for the manual purpose side of things, it can be a little bit finicky. So for example, if you want to go from this one to the next one and manual the middle, 9 times out of 10, if you have your grind alignment above anything but 0, which I personally do, because also I want to play skate just for the fun factor, then you will not be able to get into that middle section. So if I just try that again real quick, go down here, ollie up onto this one, get into the middle. It's going to grind you to either the left or the right hand side, which can be a little bit of an annoyance. You've also got these really kind of weird planters on either side as well, so it can be a bit of an annoyance kind of jumping around from top to bottom, again because the grind alignment side of things. So definitely something to keep in mind, but in general a really nice spot. Nice backsmith. Oh, okay, well it was a nice backsmith. Let's just try and do kickflip crook maybe. Nice. Another manual on this. Or just to stop. Am I going to clear that? I am. Okay, pretty good. Let's just see. Sometimes you can get a manual down that middle section there as well. Just while I am down this side of the map as well, we do have a bit of an honourable mention. It's not necessarily the exact same spot, but we've got some sort of sculptures down this side of the map that remind me a lot of Embarcadero Plaza, which again is in San Francisco. So if you go down here and past, these ledges are also really nice to skate. Normally, these ledges are really nice to skate, but as you go further down, you can see off in the distance, you've got these sort of copper structures, which yes, you can skate up to and skate on top of, for example, but it just reminds me of some of the larger structures in the Embarcadero Plaza part of San Francisco. But yeah, they look pretty nice. They're kind of a really weathered copper, and you can go over them sometimes like that. And then you do also, on the other side of those, you do have some more bay blocks as well. So it's a pretty sort of large section in general, I would say, but one that's actually pretty good. You can get some nice lines down here. Yes, it is for the more sort of realistic skating side of things. You don't really want to be coming down here if you're looking to do some massive airs, for example, and get some really kind of crazy outlandish Skate 3 style tricks, for example. But in general, it's a really nice area, one that I can definitely recommend. And in general, it... see, I want to do like a 360 off that real quick. Do like a kickflip nose manual, but do a... or kickflip 180 fakie nose manual to 180 out. I hope you can see the vision here, guys. Let's just try this real quick. Let's just do session marker. Kind of like that. Just kind of a little bonk on the actual ledge there. But yeah, another one that I can definitely recommend. But of course, now on to number 3. And that, of course, is going to be the famous South Bank from London. Now, yes, it doesn't look exactly like it. It's not nearly as gritty, and there's not nearly as many homeless people, but it has that same sort of vibe to it with regards to the banks. You've got some stair sets here as well. You do have some stuff that you don't find at South Bank, like this rail, for example, and this tall block, but it has that sort of vibe to it. One thing that I really like as well is you do have this nice sort of ledge box here to go up and into the bank. You can also do some stuff on the rails on the side, although it can be a little bit finicky. So let's just try do that again real quick. We'll go back up here. Quick power slide and ledge. Back down. Into the bank. One push maybe? That would do. Whoa, nice. But again, another one of those really realistic spots. You kind of have to make your own, not necessarily fun, but make your own lines here, because it's not really built for sort of trick lining or, again, any of those larger Skate 3 style tricks. But it feels really good. The only thing that I don't like, this rail, you can't really get onto it from this side. I mean, yes, you could do a sort of one push run up if you wanted to do that, for example. Then you go over the rail at the other side. You can come back around on yourself as well to then do an impossible down the stairs. You can't really get up onto that, which is a little bit of a shame because of the angle where it sticks up so much. You can't really go upwards. Although I have been able to do it once or twice, but you've really got to get the speed down. Like that, for example. But yeah, it's not the most forgiving of obstacles. You can obviously come at it from the other side as well if you wanted to. Now you can also start from this angle, which does have some nice flow to it, because again, you're sort of going down into there, up onto there, and down onto the flat. And again, you can sort of do anything you want to on this side. Come back up here. You've got a ramp, and then you can kind of pretty much do the same line again, but maybe mix it up with an out ledge, for example, down the stairs. So yeah, it's a pretty good spot. Don't get me wrong, it's not necessarily the most exciting spots. I think for me, from being around London, I've been to London a bunch of times. I don't live in London, but it's pretty easy to get to. It's about 40 minutes or so away. And being down in South Bank and seeing some of the stuff that has gone down there has been absolutely incredible. For me, my favourite skate game that actually had South Bank in it was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, if that brings back any memories for anybody. Or if you've played the new 3 and 4 remake, for example, you'll see it there as well. And it's got a really nice look to it there. This one, I think, still feels pretty good. But obviously, it's not set exactly as South Bank is, but still a pretty good spot. And considering it's from a gloomy area like London, I think they've done a pretty good job of it here. But maybe now we'll go back to more sort of sunny areas, let's just say. And that, of course, is with Hubba Hideout. Now, this is one of the most famous skate spots, again, from Session. It's been in there a lot as well. Pretty good spot in Session, and it looks exactly like it does in real life. Here, we've actually only got one of the ledges and stair sets. Normally, it's a double set with 2 ledges to it. This one, we've only got the one with a kicker on each side. So, yeah, not exactly the same, but still pretty nice to skate. You've got a couple of different ways you can go about this as well. You can, if you want to, use the kickers on this side to get some manuals over the bridge and then back into the kicker on the other side, for example. If, however, you want to come at it from this angle, you do also have a nice rail to go down before you hit the kicker as well. So then you hit the kicker again from this side and then go down the other side. So it feels pretty good. The only thing that I would say is a little bit harder if you want to get anything sort of up and onto the actual ledge itself from the kicker, which is a little bit of a disappointment. You can also put down some DIY items as well to kind of extend this kicker to the very top stair, which definitely does help. And the out ledges themselves are also pretty small. So again, you can get some pretty techie stuff. Well, not like that, for example, but you can get some more sort of techie stuff down these ledges. So if we just do a quick sort of board side combo maybe. And it looks pretty good. Again, you do have to be going pretty slow, but in general, it kind of feels pretty nice as well. Obviously, you don't have to manual this middle section. You can go to the other side to go down these stairs on the other side, for example, there as well, which looks pretty good. We can go up the kicker and then try and go down the side, which looks nice as well. But yeah, it's not an exact recreation of Hubba Hideout, but again, it still feels and looks pretty good to skate. You do also have these other sections, which is more of a over the water grind. Now, there are some vines hanging down, but I'm pretty sure if I get the right angle on this anyway, that I will be able to grind across the water like so. So yeah, a little bit tricky and a little bit odd looking. For example, there's also a ton of nice areas coming down this canal area as well. But I do like it from time to time. Yes, it's more of a sort of passing spot. I wouldn't necessarily spend a ton of time here. There's not really any sort of challenges on or around this particular obstacle as well. So the main reason to come here would be if you're sort of making your way from maybe point A to point B, as opposed to just sessioning this one area. But it looks nice. I mean, I like it. I like this sort of... This also reminds me a bit of London. Obviously, we were just there a second ago. Obviously, Hubba Hideout being in San Francisco again. But this area does remind me of some of the old sort of underground tunnels in and around London as well. Around the sort of Waterloo area. So, yeah, looks pretty good. Feels nice. And again, a little bit slower. You can get some pretty techie things. I do have to remember, though, that the kicker is on the same side on each. So if you're going to go up the kicker this side, just remember the kicker is on the other side as well. So yeah, pretty good spot, if not the most amazing. So sticking with San Francisco, we then have the China banks. Now these are pretty nice. However, again, I wouldn't necessarily say, and it's sort of similar to with the Hubba Hideout side of things, it's not necessarily a full session spot. For me, I like to sort of come up and around one of the benches there, for example, and then off the stair set at the end to get a nice line going, for example. Or you do also have the option of going up the stairs first and then grinding one of the benches, for example. Not that one, that did not work. And kind of using it as more of a go-between spot is the best way that I can describe it. You can also come at it from this angle up here. So if you did want to, you can use the ledge just here and then the stair set at the end. So let's just give that a go real quick. We'll just do a little bit of a turn around there. Oh, completely missed the stairs. But you kind of get the idea. Let's just go back and try that again, shall we? So do something on the ledge, come off the ledge, and then aim for the middle. You get on that sort of bank down there. Up and over this ledge, for example. Up and over this ledge. And then finish off with a trick down this side. So yeah, it's more of a go-between. You can't really session it all that much. One thing I would also say is if you do get up onto this top section and try and go in, it always gets stuck. So no matter what trick you do, or no matter what sort of lip slide, board slide, tail slide, whatever it's going to be, you're always going to get caught on the top. I'm not really sure why. It's a little bit annoying from time to time. But you can also, if you want to, sort of ollie up into grinds. Not necessarily like that. And then go into the bank, but you always pretty much clear the bank every single time. Although if you want to go to the end, you can do, so that looks nice as well. But yeah, much more of a sort of go-between spot. Let me just try this one more time. Okay, that just didn't work at all then. Kind of. Nope. And completely missed on that one. Right, let me just give this one more go. I'm determined to get a power slide into a grind and then bump out. Okay, well, that will do, I guess. That will do. Obviously, the benches are pretty nice. You can get some manual combos going, but because it is sort of on the actual bank itself, if you don't come at it from the right angle, you're just going to attach yourself to the ledge, which is a little bit of an annoyance. Also, dropping in doesn't feel great either. You know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, definitely not my favorite real life spot in the game. But it's nice to see it here. I just hope that they can sort of improve some of these sort of smaller out there spots, because for me, China Banks is one of the most, well, not one of the most, but it's a very recognizable skate spot. And for Skate to say they're all about skate culture and then tuck away China Banks in the corner of the map like they have done here, yeah, it's not necessarily the best thing in the world, and the fact that it doesn't skate amazing either just kind of adds to the fact that that whole skate culture they were talking about putting into Skate hasn't really come to fruition just yet. But we've still got tons more updates. The game is going to be going for a very long time, so hopefully we will see some changes to some of these more sort of secluded spots just to improve them and make them that little bit better. But moving on. Now, the next spot may seem like a little bit of a strange pick, but this church with the skate park inside is very similar to the St. Liborius church that we had in Missouri. Although it looks a little bit different inside, I think that the inspiration from the guys over at Skate was definitely from that particular park. Now, the cool thing about this is because it is just a kind of standard skate park, it's got nice flow to it. You've got a pretty good fun box here in the middle. And then if you wanted to, you can go up the quarters on either side of the front door. Go back to the rail side of things here. Then you can go back up this quarter pipe as well. So the flow is definitely there. You can also do the box instead if you wanted to. You've also got some nice quarter pipes here actually in the corners. You've got this section here with a nice manual pad which goes to a pretty nice, if not small, ledge. But you can also go down, like do a 5-0 to flat, for example. Then we've got some nice Euro gaps that go up to this top section here as well. We've got light pouring in the windows. Again, see the light from the top there. And yes, okay, a lot of people use the church as an endpoint for the car park gap, for example. But I think that the church in general is also a pretty nice place to skate. If you don't have people putting obstacles everywhere and falling from the sky, and that's one of the things I really still don't like about this game, the online only. If I want to do a video like this, I don't want people falling from the sky and putting things in the way. But anyway, it's a nice place to skate. You know, you've been here before. Anyone that has played this game has been to this place an absolute ton. There's a bunch of challenges that you have to do here, for example, that keep reoccurring. So it's one of those places that you will just keep coming back to time and time again. And yes, while not looking exactly like the church itself in St. Louis, I think it was in Missouri, it's still got that same sort of vibe to it. Now, unfortunately, the real-life skate spot did burn down a little bit of time ago now, which is a massive, massive shame, because while, yes, it was a church, they did turn it into a skate park, then it burnt down, unfortunately. So, yeah, again, a little bit of history that is now no longer with us, unfortunately, but maybe they're going to do something with it in the future. But in general, this is a really nice place to skate. Now, I'll be honest, at the moment, the lighting looks a little bit different because of the Season 2 update with everything being 80s themed. So we've got some neon lights here that aren't normally here. Normally, the lighting inside the church is based off of these stained glass windows, and it's got a really nice overall light to it. But for now, this is what we're stuck with, more of a neon kind of Tron design maybe. But in general, it's a really, really nice place to skate. And again, the flow is definitely there. This fun box section is probably one of the best fun boxes in the game itself. Even going up onto this sort of top section here, for example, you've got a nice gap across this middle part, back down and back to the fun box. It's just really nice. It flows probably the best out of anything that we've checked out so far in today's video. The flow is definitely there. The look and feel is there. The graphics look good. With this new 80s theme they've got for this season as well, if you do want to change up your look of your character and make him look a lot more 80s, let's just say, maybe some more brighter colors, some short shorts, some neon shoes if you've got any in your locker, then that'd be a good way to go as well. But a very nice place to skate, and unfortunately one of those places in real life that we're not going to be able to see anytime soon, because like I mentioned, unfortunately it did burn down, but it still lives on in Skate. And again, the church is one of the best places in the game, and that's normally why a ton of people come here. Now, while the area of the map that I'm in at the moment is the brick switch side of things, there's not really a lot going on challenge wise, not too much reason to come here. However, we do have two legendary skate spots, starting off with the New York Pyramid Ledges. Now this one here again has been in a ton of different games. Again, if you played Tony Hawk's Underground and the Manhattan level, I think it was on, must have been because it's New York, you had them on there. Of course, you've got them in Skate as well, and just in general, it's one of those really nice places with a lot of history to it skate wise. And in this game, it feels pretty good as well. And like I mentioned, it's one of two spots, and we'll look at the second one in just a moment. But this one here, you've actually got a ton going on. So of course, you've got the pyramid ledges themselves. We've got some nice artwork and graffiti. The lighting here is also some of the best in the game as well. I do find that a lot just in general with Brick Switch and that area. You've got a lot of brick, which I'm guessing is in the name. You've got a lot of stuff and a lot of obstacles. You've got some ledges here, you've got some banks. This overhead area looks really nice as well. You've got this middle section with some ledges on there. This wall, which is great in the background of some footage as well. And then heading out this side, again, some more ledges, some more rails. So in general, it's a pretty good skate spot with a ton of stuff going on with it. Now, some of the better obstacles are, I would say, down this side, because you can kind of go to flat, for example, down that side there. You've got some ledges, and also you've got a little pathway here. If you don't want to actually sort of run up the stairs, you want to continue skating, you've got the option to do so, which is really nice. You've got some real nice ledges here. You've got this down ledge here, which is nice, which kind of matches the rail. And then you've got a ledge above that as well, which is also pretty good. So let's just do a quick... Oh, I was trying to do... You saw the vision. I was in a 360 blunt. Hold on 1 second. We'll do tray flip blunt down this ledge. Just set up a session marker real quick. Do a tray flip blunt. Kick flip out. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, that feels really good. You've got this section here again going up, so you don't have to walk up the stairs. And then you've got that top ledge as well, which I just mentioned, which is a little bit harder to get to, but it also has a bit of a drop down to it as well, which looks pretty good. And then we've also got the rail side. So just in this very small area, we've got 3 pretty good obstacles. We'll do a kickflip 5-0, 180 out. You've got some pretty good obstacles in quite a small area. Now, although this is the pyramid ledge side of things, I would also count this as being alongside the pyramid ledges as well, which is pretty good because you've got a pretty nice gap side of things. I'll say it's on the edge of the pyramid ledge, let's just say. So we've got a pretty nice gap here. Again, to flat, which looks really quite good as well. More ledges on this side, so if you did want to go up, you've got the option to do so as well. We got this nice ledge in the middle. Going down here, we can do a bit of a manual on this. Then over the plaque at the end. Nice. I'm not actually sure what the plaque says. Okay, doesn't say anything. And we can grab some music. Great. But yeah, it's a real nice place down here. You've got some really great obstacles here. You'd also have this really long handrail down this side as well, which can be a little bit dangerous because at the end you do have a pillar that you do need to actually sort of avoid. But it looks nice. This is probably one of my favorite spots. The lighting looks great. The obstacles look good. I also like just the general vibe of the place. And that sounds maybe a bit pretentious, but the sort of vibe in-game feels good. And the fact that there's not really many challenges in and around the brick switch area at the moment means there's also a really nice quiet area as well. If I just bring up the map real quick and have a look at brick switch, you can see we've got what, 10 skaters maybe, and a lot of them stick to the stadium area down here, whereas if we go back to the church, for example, you can see we've got 1, 2, okay, not that many. They're all sticking to all of these bigger jumps, some of these new sections, and this massive jump over here, which I did actually take a look at in my last video with regards to rooftop spots. So again, if you want to check that out, then be sure to do so. But yeah, for me, pyramid ledges is definitely, I'd say, top 3 places to skate in Skate. Feels good, looks good, one of my faves. And then the second New York spot, which is just around the corner from the pyramid ledges, is of course the Brooklyn Banks. Again, everything that I said about the pyramid ledge side of things stands here. It looks nice. You've got some real nice brickwork here. You've got some nice artwork going on here as well. The lighting isn't amazing because it is sort of undercover, but again, that's pretty true to life as well. But it just looks really nice. You've also got some spots. Whoops. You've also got some spots up here as well, which I am counting towards the Brooklyn Bank side of things. But of course, the main thing is pretty much this ledge and this rail, super, super famous. And of course, just the bank in general. So if we just go down here, the Brooklyn Bank, kickflip in, straight over. We've also got some nice sort of statues and obstacles here in the middle, which aren't necessarily the craziest thing, but again, if you're not really getting too much speed, you can do some nice stuff off them. We've got this random ledge just here, another one there. This stair set I may count got these two stair sets just here, which are pretty nice as well. But I also really like this out ledge here. You want to get some sort of manual combos going on, for example. That looks really good. You can also clear this gap if you come at it from the right angle. I'll just go back to regular real quick. Maybe up this side. If you come at the right angle, you can get a pretty nice sort of backside flip. Kind of landed in it. You might need to go a bit slower for that one. But again, it looks nice, feels good, skates good. Now, there's not a ton of stuff here, if I'm being completely honest. While it does look really good, the actual obstacle side of things just isn't amazing. Now, I've just noticed actually, this pillar. I think I can grind the pillar. Let's just see if I go up here and down again. Kickflip no slide. Oh my god, I totally can. Whoa, 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 whoa. I've never even thought of doing this until right this second. Okay, it's a little bit hard to do. But that's all part and parcel of skate games. You need to learn. Wow. I'm confident. Again, just heading back into the replay there. Confident? Oh, really? Wow. Out by the smallest of margins. Let's just try that again. I really want to get this. Whoa. Yep, great. We want to get this for the video. Let's have a look. Go up. Push, push, push. Ah, now it's too far the other way. I've got my hand trapped in it. Whoa. Okay, never seen that glitch before, being stuck in the terrain. Here we go. Try again. Here we go. Here we go. You know what? I don't think it's skatable. I might be wrong. That's the one. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. We all saw it. Okay, we saw the nose side. We saw it was done. But yeah, Brooklyn Banks, really nice place. Looks good. The flow is nice. You've got some obstacles in the center bit here, so it's not sort of just all boring and nothingness. It also got some nice surrounding things as well. So yeah, pretty good place to skate. Again, maybe not in top 3 from this particular video. I may do the top 3 at the end, for example. But pretty still good nonetheless. And again, if you're into that more sort of realistic, slower skating and skate, then this is probably one of the better places on the map to allow you to do that sort of thing. It looks good, feels good. And then, of course, to round off the video, we have, of course, back to San Francisco with 3rd and Army. Now, if you've played Skate 3, this is basically 2nd and Navy. Apart from not as realistic, because I don't think you have this sort of wood section, as far as I'm aware. In real life, it is all concrete. And you don't have this sort of bank at the end here either, for example. But yeah, it's really nice place to skate. You've got some really nice sort of curved obstacles that go around the light post there. You got some nice manual pads on this side as well. Now you got this, which is sometimes hard to get onto. More manual pads this side. And some more ledges. And these can also be used as a sort of bank-to-bank sort of thing, which is nice. But in general, it feels good. However, one thing that I would say is I'd like this corner to be maybe, I mean, they could do it with what's here now, a sort of DIY quarter pipe, for example, to give that flow to be able to go back and forth. And the same the other way. If I go from this side down to the other side, for example, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because you've got a bank at the end, which if it was a quarter pipe would be great, because you could kind of come back on yourself and kind of come back and do the line again. But here, if I go up this, it's not a quarter pipe, it's a bank. So if I look at it from the side real quick, you can see it's just a standard bank, which is a little bit of a disappointment, because again, coming at it from sort of this angle and going back, sometimes you can get onto the concrete at the top, or even the wood at the very top. But it's not guaranteed. So if I come at it from this angle, for example, yeah, I kind of came back, but not really. Let's go back up here. Oh, there we go. And let's just try and get onto the wood railing at the top, which I know you can do. Like that. And then back in. So you can sort of use it to your advantage, but it just doesn't look amazing. However, what does look good is this spot in general. Now these larger rails, which are more sort of, I want to say pipes maybe? These are really nice. They skate really good. Yes, they are a little bit wider than your average railing, for example, but if you come at it from this angle, you can normally go all the way around the corner, like so. However, for me, my favourite sort of angle to come at it from is just sort of in between the wall and that thing to the left. Do like a kickflip tail on it, maybe. Okay, we went all the way over the top. I also want to maybe get it on the concrete at the bottom instead of on the rail, which would be nice. Let's try that real quick. We'll do a kickflip. I'm confident I can do it. If not at the start of this video, I'm pretty sure I have done that already. Maybe I have to go a bit slower. Yeah, you do. But again, you can kind of do it. And it's just one of those really nice areas. This rail is also absolutely huge. You kind of go up these stairs here as well, across here, back onto this manual pad. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And I'm also hoping, obviously this bridge here goes over to nothing. There's a lighthouse at the end. You can go onto that pier there, which also has nothing on there as well. So maybe this is another one of those situations where that's a direction they're going to be building the map out in future releases, for example. Although I'm a little bit worried, the fact that we're now in Season 2. The game's been out for, I want to say 2 or 3 months? 2 months maybe at this point. And Brixwich is still closed, so it's definitely something to keep in mind. Whether that's going to be open in Season 3, and then they're not actually going to start adding or building anything onto the map for 2 or 3 seasons after that. It may even be after the first year. But yeah, there's definitely potential, and there's things to come in Sk8 that I'm pretty looking forward to. And I also hope that based on this video, they also include some other real-life spots as well, because while I think the skate culture isn't 100% there in the game at the moment, and that's mainly based on the cosmetic side of things, I would say, and the monetization, and just in general how they're handling the game. The actual way that the game feels great. It feels amazing. The skating is great, it looks good. But to have some more iconic skate spots in the game would also be really nice as well. I would love to see that in some future updates. And that's going to do it, guys, for this video. Now, like I mentioned, these are just some of the most iconic skate spots that I've been able to find on the map. However, if there are any smaller skate spots or anything else that you found on the map that does mirror real life, or is just a complete copy of something in real life, let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe I can do a part 2 to this video, which would be kind of fun to do. Or if there's any sort of honorable mentions or stuff that you think might be related to something in real life, still, let me know in the comments below. I would love to check it out in a future video. Of course, if you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We've got a ton more gaming stuff coming up on the channel. At the moment, it's been very skate heavy, mainly just because of Season 2, and it's my favourite skate game at the moment as well. But we are going to be doing some other stuff moving forward, including a video as to why me, as a 36, nearly 37-year-old, still plays Fortnite pretty much every single day. So that might be a bit of an interesting video. If that's something you want to see, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. And also comment down below any upcoming games or any games that are out now that you want me to check out here on the channel and give my overall opinions on. For now though, I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.